18. Oh, whoa. Who let you in? I was counting. All right. Hey, how you doing? Hey, it's Lisa, Yarnieladybug. How's everybody doing on Handbrake Saturday? That's right. That's what today is. It's Handbrake Saturday, April the 4th, 2015. And the reason we call it Handbrake Saturday, or at least I'm calling it Handbrake Saturday, is because the Bakery Bears, that would be Obi-Wan Knitter and Briny Bears, put out their Handbrake Cowl today. We've been waiting for this pattern. I have been. I was up until 3 o'clock in the morning waiting. And of course, wouldn't you know, about a half hour after I finally fell asleep, because Dan told me it was okay to fall asleep. Dan is Obi-Wan Knitter. He finally got all the editing done and put it live. But I was still one of the first people who got it. So I'm very happy. Yay. So anyway, here is the Handbrake Cowl pattern that I got. Now, I'm just going to tell y'all a secret. In here, they not only give you the pattern for the Handbrake Cowl. Now, mind you, yes, it was supposed to start out as a free pattern, and they decided to charge £1, £1 for it. And the reason they did that was because that £1 will be donated to cancer research. Okay? Now, some of us know that Dan had cancer. He doesn't like that word. So he's calling it doily now. And you'll know that if you get a pattern, because there's a special podcast in here just from the Bakery Bears to you. And he lets you know all about his issues with doily. That's what he's calling it. That's what I'll call it. So anyway, while Dan was dealing with doily, he came up with a pattern. He wanted to do something that goes with the bankhead hat. Now, I've been trying to figure out which hat goes with this. And I'm so thankful that they told me in the special podcast it was the bankhead. That's what I thought, but I'm like, man, I don't see anything called the Handbrake. But that's because Dan kept referring to it as the Handbrake. And it really was the bankhead. Anyway, in here, so I'm not giving away anything special, because I don't want to do that, because this is really sweet. We're going to fold that up, and we're going to bring this one down. At the end, oops, let me do it this way. Ah, crud. At the end of the pattern, you see this picture, and then right underneath it said video links. And they're in the PDF version, and you can click on them. Now, for anybody who doesn't know how to knit, who watches my podcast, and who wants to learn, or is willing to learn how to knit, hang on, I gotta get part of the pattern, and is willing to learn, on here with the video links, Kay teaches you, with Dan running the video, how to cast on, how to do the knit stitch, how to do the purl stitch, how to do the pattern start, how to bind off, and then they give you the extra podcast. Now, for those of you who watch who subscribe, and you have to be a subscriber, before today, if you subscribe to me and you want to be a knitter, or you want the cowl, and you don't want to pay for it, or you do want to learn how to knit, and you want to do it in the privacy of your own home, I will pay for the Handbrake pattern for the first 3 people who say, hey Lisa, I want the handbrake pattern. I want to learn how to knit. The only thing I ask is that you knit it, and if when you get done you don't want to wear it, that you donate it to someone whom either you know is going through cancer treatment or to a cancer treatment center. And quite frankly, that's up to you to be honest about. I can't force you to do that. You could get halfway through and say, I don't want to do this, and chuck it. And that'd be fine too. I just care that all I would hope is that as a crafter, you would understand that this comes from love for everybody, and that's why they did it, and that's why I'm doing it. Like I said, the first 3 people who ask for it, I will grant their gift wish. Let me know your Ravelry name. Okay? Now, and by the way, nope, we're not going to get into whips. Well, we are, because I don't have any finished items. So my first whip, believe it or not, I just cast on in brand new yarn that I bought just strictly for this, impeccable burgundy. And I've got my cast on, and literally I've knit 1 row and I've started purling my next row. Woohoo! What I was counting when you all showed up was I was counting the squares. As some of you know from my last episode, I was gifted 60 blue granny squares, of which 3 or 4 of them I put blue on. But it's not tickling my fancy, if you know what I mean. So I trimmed them all in white. Not all of them. I've got 18 of them and trimmed in white. And I think I'm going to trim 30 of them in white and see how big that's going to be, and see if I can get me a shawl out of 30 of them. Because I like big shawls, and I cannot lie. So my other works in progress are my temperature long scarf. I got a blue day. Yay. I think the last time we talked, I was maybe up to the light pink or the white. I don't know. I don't know. I just know I've been knitting away. Couple rows here, couple rows there. But I'm getting, at least I'm in March. I know it's April, but at least I'm in March. And, oh, wait a minute, I'll put that over here. And then my next whip, as if 2 isn't enough, I am in the process of making me a sweater. Oh, this stuff is all jacked up. Okay. So here we are. This is the top. It's a top down. And this is a sleeve. And this will be a sleeve. So right now I have it pretty tight. So, but it's going to be for me. It's really packed in here right now. So it's pretty good. This is out of James C. Brent, Chunky Marble. According to the Webb's website, when I ordered it, it was denim, is what it was called. And as you can see, it looks like denim. It's got blue and gray. I might actually take and put some gray on my shawl, because I kind of like blue and gray together. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned what kind of yarn I'm doing this in. Because I was thinking I should do one for my mom. And my mom's favorite color is purple. But I haven't been able to find any purple James C. Brent chunky marble. And I was actually hoping with all the chunky marble that I have here of the James C. Brent, because I've got a couple of, I bought plenty of balls of yarn of that to make sure that I had enough for mine, because it didn't say how much you needed for each size. It just said for the small one you need this size. So based on that, sorry, I have to get comfy on my chair. Based on that, I wasn't sure how many I would need, so I bought 5 balls total of the chunky marble. So I'm pretty sure I got plenty. And I was hoping to actually be able to get mine done and maybe one for my daughter with the blue. But I knew I wasn't going to get one done for me, Mom, and Sarah. And then, I'm just going to do this in a different order. But I got a package delivery today. And as some of you know, some of you might not, but some of you will. If you've been watching me, you should know. I did Blue the Bill Rooster for Amy. Green Feather 7 on Instagram. And Amy's Woolly World of Creations on YouTube. Anyway, I did Bill the Blue Rooster for her. She said she'd pay me for yarn. And I'm like, nah. Just, I'll ship you a box, you ship me a box, we'll be happy. All kinds of goodies, because I'm never going to get to Ireland, and that's where she lives. And chances are she'll never get to Detroit, which is where I live. Okay, I don't live in Detroit, I live in a suburb, but it's all good. So, I sent off Bill, and she sent me a box already, and she said, hey, it's on its way. And I've been waiting for it, and waiting for it, and waiting for it, and I finally got it today. I was so happy. Anyway, inside the box was, I think there's 12, I'm not sure, I didn't count them, Christmas baubles that she hand painted. And I'm going to put in a picture. It's on my phone, which I'm videotaping on. And they are of, The Nightmare Before Christmas with Jack Skellington and his bride and Oogie Boogie. And they're just really cool. So, my daughter is a fan of The Nightmare Before Christmas. And if you ever want to see a 21-year-old kid squeal with delight, get them something that is one of a kind. Or have someone gift it to them that is one of a kind. I think right now she's in there still loving on them. She squealed with delight. She loved each and every one of them. And flat out told me that this year she has to have either a purple, a black, or a white Christmas tree to put them on. And I said, okie dokie. Because she wants a Nightmare Before Christmas tree. So she will get it. But she is extremely happy. Amy, thank you so much for those. They are adorable. I think they're awesome. You did a great job on them. Keeping them safe in the rat-tattered box, which was not tattered when it was shipped from Ireland. I know because I saw a picture of it. Thankfully, was a bunch of yarn from Amy. And the first yarn, well, it wasn't the first yarn I saw, but almost, was Magic Errant. And it's self-striping. And it's 250 grams, so I have no idea how many yards. I'm thinking a gazillion and two. Because $200 grams of marble chunky of the James C. Brett and the purple that she gave me, which I'll get to in a minute, is 341 yards. So this is a bunch. And it's got a smell to it. And it sniffs different than U.S. yarn. I know, it's silly, but it does. So this is the first one I got. Next I got two of the Marble Chunky MC19 colorways. 341 yards, 200 grams. One's done up in the ball so I could have still the label. And the other one is caked. So I'm hoping to be able to do Mom's sweater out of this. I love this. Alright, there's that. Then, because you know, she spoils me, two of the folk song chunky from Sirdar, in what I believe is colorway 378. I have no clue. There it is. But it's autumnal colors. It is orange and brown and yellow and green, and it is so soft. And yes, it has the smell. And it's a clean smell. It's wonderful. I love it. Okay. And then 3 yarns from Drops. One is Drops Alaska 100% Wool Classic in the yarn group C, which is a 5mm US 8. So this must be the same as like a Aran. Or maybe thicker. I don't know. Could somebody please tell me? Hopefully. Anyway, this also does not have a colorway. It just says color 37. But it's blue, and it looks like blue jeans. So that's pretty much a color I love. And this looks like worn out blue jeans. And this is Drops Heart U4. Colorway 2176. Again, a group size C. And then Drops Eskimo Degrade, great, excellent for felting. Color 80E. And that's pretty chunky. Then, because like I said, she spoils me, she had to send me another one. I got Special by Stylecraft Chunky in the raspberry colorway, which I love. Thank you. And then when I bought my burgundy for my handbrake, because I wasn't really sure I only wanted one to do, I was pretty sure I'd do two. I bought Impeccable Heather at Michael's yesterday. Or today. At Hobby Lobby yesterday, I bought some fabric. No yarn jumped in my cart at Hobby Lobby, you'll all be happy to know. I was I was kind of upset actually, but I couldn't find them. But I did find fabric. Ladybugs. Teapots. This reminded me of Yarnie Nana and Miss Margaret. And they know why. Owls. Again, Yarnie Nana, Bob Wilson 123, and a whole host of other people. Red flowers. Red to go inside. Brown, it just says coffee. Brown to go inside. Now this fabric I got a while ago, and I've been looking to put something inside. This is a bunch of doggies. And what it is it's fat quarter. I get it from my local store, which is a Myers. Anyway, they have that, but they don't have a coordinating color to go with it. So I got this. Now, I don't know if I'm going to put these two together, that one and that one, or these two. Anyway. Then I got a green to go with the ladybug. And then this was already in my stash. I got that. But I got this to line it with, because they needed something to line it with. And then I got more bumblebees, because the other ones weren't thrilling me. And that'll go on the inside. And then I went to see my mom today, because we had Easter at my mom's house, because I got to work tomorrow. And she gave me a bunch of fabric from her stash. My mom used to quilt. So I got a bunch of older fabric. So I'll be working on that. I don't have anything finished because yesterday was the day, and I ended up with a really bad leg cramp and ended up in bed for a while yesterday. Which, according to the doctors, I shouldn't do during the day. I should stay away from my bed. Because it will allow me to sleep, and then I won't sleep at night, and then I suffer from insomnia, and I can't go to sleep, and anyway, it's a madhouse around here. So today I slept pretty good so far. I did take a nap today. We got up and did some running this morning and came home, but I only took like a 4-hour nap last night from the time I was trying to get the Handbrake Cowl until the time I went out and about to work, run around with Mom. In the meantime, I purchased the Messalina shawl and the Handbrake Cowl. And I don't know if I mentioned in the Handbrake Cowl, you also get the Handbrake scarf if you want to do a scarf. But that's about it for projects and works in progress and stash enhancements and other things. The only thing I have left to talk about is something that a lot of us ignore because there's not much that we can do about it. And that's the inevitable thumbs down on YouTube. There's not much I can do. I can't control anybody from putting a thumbs down. You want to put a thumbs down, that's fine. The only thing I'm going to ask is that if you do put a thumbs down, please leave me a comment as to why. Because if you don't tell me why, I can't change it. I can't change what I'm doing to upset you. Now, I do this for me, and I want people to watch it, otherwise I wouldn't put it on YouTube. However, I know that by saying, hey, if you don't like this, give me a comment, that makes people think that they have the right to be rude. I wouldn't do that if I were you. One, I don't care. Really. Because quite frankly, anybody who puts a thumbs down and isn't brave enough to leave a comment isn't worthy of any time for me. So if you don't want to leave a comment, that's fine. You want to thumbs down me, that's fine. But just know I think you're a coward. And if you got any type of guts or courage, you'd leave me a comment. I've been thumbs downed a couple of times now. I don't know who does it. I don't care. This does not come from me. It's not even about my channel. It's about a friend of mine's channel. I saw in there a few people that thumbs down it. That upset me like you wouldn't believe. She's one of the sweetest people I know. It took a lot of courage for her to get on YouTube and to do her channel. And I can't imagine somebody deciding they're just going to go willy-nilly thumbs down her. And they're not even courageous enough to tell her why. You're courageous enough to click that thumbs down button. Be courageous enough to give me a comment, give her a comment. Give anybody a comment that you thumbs down. You don't like it? Fine. Just say, I watched, wasn't impressed, I'm not going to watch again. That's good. You don't like the content because I didn't have enough finished objects for you? Tell me that. You didn't like it that I took you out on a walk, or I didn't take you out on a walk with me? Tell me that. Don't just thumbs down and don't thumbs down my friends. Because if I find out they're getting down for it, I'll continue to talk about it. I'm not happy. Not about that. Well, now that I got that out of my system for whoever was doing the thumbs down. So what have you guys been up to, huh? Show me your works in progress. I'm waiting. You know, this is a one-sided conversation. I keep talking to you. You guys don't talk back. Alrighty. I'm going to go now. And I will see you later. Again, if you want to learn how to knit, and you want the Handbrake Cowl, which I think is one of the easiest patterns after reading it. It's one of the best patterns for you to learn how to knit on. It is going to teach you how to knit. It is going to teach you how to purl. And that's all you're going to do on this. And there's no fancy stitches, just knitting and purling. And by the time you get done with this, you will be able to do other things in knitting. And you should have the confidence to do so. And Dan and Kay made sure there's a video for every step. Give me a shout. Tell me, hey, I want to learn how to knit. You said you'd buy me my pattern. I'll buy it. I can't afford to buy you the needles and the yarn to go with it. But it's just worsted yarn. You don't have to have any special yarn. I just didn't want to use any in my stash for it. So, yeah. And I didn't want to use anything that Amy sent me today because I didn't know she sent it to me until after I got home. So, give me a holler. Let me know. I got a prepaid Visa card over sitting on my bed waiting for me to buy people and gift them the Handbrake Cowls. Internet safety precaution lesson number 1, just for those of you out there. If you don't want your credit card information out on the internet, because we all know how safe that is, my suggestion to you is that you purchase prepaid gift cards. Visa, MasterCard, American Express, cards that go for the stores that you want to buy stuff at. If you want to go online, buy them at your local grocery store. Put your money on them there. That when you're dealing face to face with somebody. And then use those throwaway cards to purchase stuff online. Because if somebody steals that credit card number, all they're going to get is that dollar amount and nothing more. And everybody's talking about how you have to protect your identity from people trying to steal it, and you do, and this is the easiest way. My daughter and I buy a lot of stuff online. I don't use my credit card. My credit card does not come out of my wallet to go online. I get the throwaway Visa cards, and I don't have to worry about a thing. So that's internet safety tip for this week. Not that I'll have them every week. Just when I think about them. When I think you need to know. Anyway. That's it. I'll see y'all next week. Maybe I'll have something finished. Maybe I won't. You never know. Us ladybugs were sneaky. Alright. I think I am going to go. Now, where am I? Oh, here I am. Okay. I am going to go and purl. Because I'm on my first round of purling for the Handbrake Cowl. But you won't know unless you buy the pattern or you ask me to. But let me know. I will gladly help a friend out. And I'll talk to y'all later. Remember, if God brings you to it, He'll bring you through it. And if you don't believe in God, believe in karma. My grandmother always used to tell me, and everybody else, a good dog has his day, and a better one has too. Be a better dog. Bye.